I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm
Pacers were going to make the playoffs. It didn't end so well for you, brother.
If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool.
You fell asleep at the trade deadline when we had a trade to get Kyle Lowry out of here.
They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like told me keep on running toes. They gonna take
this is what we got to tell.
I've been fan doing this.
I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I pay for the cost. I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I'm paying the cost. I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Welcome back. I had to wait for the round of applause to go away. Man, welcome back. Or should I say welcome back? What's up, fellas? Man.
Good.
Well, y'all already know what time it is. I told y'all should know by now. When you see this panel, it's boxing time. I know y'all may think, it's like, man, they only show up when it's time for main events. We working on it. Trust me, we working on it. For all the casual boxing fans, they like it. But for all the rabid boxing fans, they like, we need more episodes of the boxing, man. Shout out to Inouye. He got the network going crazy. For those that are watching right now, we're streaming on 3 platforms. We're on Facebook, Twitter, X, and YouTube. So if you're on Facebook and you're like, man, where all the comments at? Go on over to YouTube. If you're on Twitter and you keep hitting that like button and you noticing that we not seeing it, come on over to YouTube or Facebook, whichever one works for you. But anyway, we coming at you live in 4K, and we got a bevy of topics to talk about. Not really a bevy, just 3 major ones. Some that you may care about, one that you may not care about, but one that you definitely thinking about betting about. So I want to say what's up to my fellas. We got Fast Camp, Ricky, Ty. How y'all doing?
Yo. Good.
Man, y'all came up here like real trainers. Yo, good. And a peace sign, man. Come on, man. I know this fight ain't the most entertaining, but like it might be some fireworks, man.
No, it might be. I'll give you that.
Yeah. It's definitely an interesting fight. I ain't gonna fake like this ain't something you want to pass over or watch later. This is definitely gonna be an interesting fight while it lasts. I think especially early.
Go ahead, Ty. Tell him.
I agree.
I knew it. Straight to the point, Ty, man. If y'all don't know it, man, he definitely live up to his name. So with that being said, man, we're gonna get right into the show. Oh, hold on. First of all, for the folks that's watching, make sure y'all light up that comment section because we're gonna definitely reply to some of the comments as well. If y'all got some questions, of course, we got some boxing knowledge up here, so they'll answer it as well. So first topic we're gonna get into is the weight challenge. Spence versus Crawford, part 2. Either we're gonna have to wait to see what weight they're gonna fight at, or they may not fight at all. But the rematch clause has been reactivated. It's not happening at the end of the year, but it's gonna happen at some point. Ricky, what was your reaction to this?
Honestly, I didn't really have a good reaction to it. It was just like, okay, they gonna fight again, but we already know it's gonna be the same thing. I can't see Spence doing anything different if they fight at 147 or 154. So, yeah, I can see it's gonna be the same type of fight.
Fast Camp?
Yeah, I mean, I'm cool with the fight happening or not. I stand with Crawford. You know, pulling rank. On where the fight happens. The only thing I have about Spence in regards to doing that is like, oh, okay, let me try to get another advantage. For so many years, them and PBC was, not giving them the fight and not giving other people the fight. Now he feels, the uncontrollability of, how he can, pick the fight or pick the weight or whatever now. So I think it's turns 1. He's well within his right to, choose that. It was for the 147 belts. So we're going to fight at 147. We know the real reason he's doing it is because, you know, he really want bigger fish. He sees that's too easy. He sees the same thing going to happen at 54. But it's for me, it's like an excuse. Oh, nah, let me get that rematch at 54. But it was all of this talk up before that. I'm the king. I'm the big fish at 47. So fight at 47. And that just is what it is. Like, I don't like the excuses of why you can't fight at 47 no more when it's been for years. I'm that dude at 47. So I'm with Terrence on this. 47.
You know why he don't want to fight at 47, man.
Emotional damage.
That's why.
And 47 is the best weight with purpose anyway. A lot come with the 147 fighting at 147.
Yeah.
Ty?
I agree with all of them. To me, I don't think Spence has enough time to fix everything he needs to fix. But even if he did fight, it's going to be a terrible fight for him, regardless. I don't care if it's 154, 194. I don't care. He's still going to lose. So it don't really matter to me.
154, 194, at 444, it don't matter. The fight is done in full. I heard that I know that he's saying that y'all saying that they should fight at 147, but I heard it's up to Crawford as well. So if Crawford like, let's go to 154. You know what I mean? Like, because everyone's saying that everyone's coming up with these excuses for why you lost at 147. So I bet I already beat you at 147. So let's take it to 154. You said you was the man there. I proved to you that you're not the man. So if I take it to 154, do you see the fight being a little bit better than what it was at 147?
No, because it's more so about the skill set. Like, you can see the two different skill sets. So watching that fight should tell you that it's not about the size or the weight or him, the rehydration or whatever people want to give excuses. It wasn't about that. Making our determination. It's the skill set, honestly. Because even no matter if you can't do 147 or not, you still should have these type of skill set to compete, which I showed that I think Spence didn't even show in the fight at all. So he was dominated throughout the entire fight.
I agree too. Like it's the skill set. He may absorb the punches a little more. He may not be as drained, but it still doesn't help him win the fight. He still gets beat up. He might not get thrashed like he got or knocked out or stopped, you know what I'm saying, like he did, but it's the skill set. He hit Crawford. He hit Crawford. He hit Crawford clean. He hit Crawford with his best shots.
A few times.
Crawford walked right through that. So, yeah, it's the skill set. He doesn't really know how to box or set up or indefinitely box backwards or make anything outside of just a bull rush. So, it doesn't help him. I think he should move on. I really think he should move on because he will be if he loses again. I mean, he's going to be he's going to then begin to be in that old kind of washed up. Everybody coming at him, just beating him for what it is. You're going to start to get the blueprint on Spence if he gets exposed again at 54. He needs to walk away from it.
And I think it'd be more, honestly, I think it'd probably be a little bit more scary for Spence anyway, because if he come in or he think he gain an advantage, we haven't even seen Crawford full potential throughout that fight. So it'll be even more scary for Spence because now you really gonna be getting hit with stuff that you never seen before. You didn't even see the first fight because now you done made Crawford change up his game, and now he fighting you a different way. So yeah, I think he should. I'm agreeing with Fast Camp. He got to move on. He got to just go ahead and go somewhere else and make it happen.
Now let's do this because let's say the shoe was on the other foot. Because technically, the only reason Crawford is giving him the rematch or living up to the rematch clause is because of the shot that he gave him. Because technically, Spence didn't have to take this fight. He could have just, like y'all said, he could have moved on and went to 154 and be like, I did what I did. I'm not worried about that little boy, man. It is what it is. Now let's say the fight went the opposite way. Will we still be saying the same thing if Crawford wanted this fight?
It ain't possible.
If it went the opposite way, like literally Spence beat him.
Yeah.
Nah, because it was a different thing. It was like everybody believed that Spence was the big fish. Only the real dudes, you know what I'm saying, who knew boxing, like you could see it in the picks. The fighters had Crawford because of his abilities, but you know the fans and the casual people had Spence because his name was bigger. Had he beat him like that, it wouldn't have been. They would have been like, I knew most people would have been like, oh, we knew that was gonna happen, so we wouldn't. It wouldn't be that same energy.
No,
because no one really the masses didn't really expect him to win, and then for the people who expected him to win, it was like, oh dang, I picked wrong.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I just had to throw that out there, you know, because in another parallel universe, Spence did win, and Crawford is trying to get back. But this ain't the universe we in, and we leave that in the multiverse.
And Spence would have won. Crawford would have probably retired.
I don't think he would have retired.
Yeah, he would have, because you gotta look at the way his career was treated. You know what I'm saying? You take that L. Do you think Spence would have gave him a rematch? I don't think so.
Nah, no rematch would have happened.
Right about that.
Yeah,
right
you
about
get
that.
what I'm saying? So he would have, and then fighting at that caliber, like what else could he would have did? Go chase Spence in a different weight class?
Yeah, see, that's the one thing I don't like about this whole thing with Spence, though, because that's why I phrased the question that way, to say vice versa, because technically his ego would have been like, I'm not fighting you again, I already beat you.
Right.
But meanwhile, you lost bad, and you're like, hey, man, do me a solid. So it's kind of like the Dolphins not kicking that field goal, but we're talking about boxing, man. We're talking about boxing. So let's talk about another parallel universe, man. We got this young kid that keep running up in the ring, running down on these fighters, doing the same thing that fighters be doing all the time. Hey, man, he need to fight me. He need to fight me. Ain't he not there? Frank had a contract and was like, nah, I'm straight. Tank talking about he's trying to get his life together. He on the reserve right now. Y'all see, that's why I got the desert background. We out here training, so we trying to get back right. So the question I got for you, man, is why everybody ducking Shakur all of a sudden? Like, why is everybody scared? Or are they just trying to do what's best for their career? And I'm gonna start with you, Fast Camp.
I mean, I think it's where the climate. It's in what Shakur previously did to Devin. It's what Frank Martin returned the favor. They looking for the money, and Shakur ain't bringing the money. You see what I'm saying? Shakur not bringing the money, so it's like they're all fighters. So I'm never gonna believe a fighter is definitely scared to fight somebody, especially at those weight classes. It's boxing, you know what I'm saying? And you're a fighter. They've been fighting since they were kids. I'm never going to fully believe that. What I do believe is that these guys are chasing money right now. So therefore, it's like it ain't no I'm going to lose. I'm going to lose on points. Most people think I'm going to lose on points. I remember Carl Frost said this about Andre Ward. I'll fight him again, but I probably won't because I'm just probably going to lose on points. That's how they thinking about Shakur. So I'm getting no money, and I'm going to lose my O, and I'm going to lose my momentum and my wave for getting these money. The PBC fighters like to get paid. Al Heyman get them checks. They like to get paid. They not playing around until it's time. Only person, I bet you Frank Martin would fight Tank right now under the same terms because he's going to get more of the money. He's going to get more of the pot right now. You're not getting nothing. It's going to be on ESPN, not even Plus. It's going to be on ESPN if you fight Shakur.
That's true.
And then you ain't going to get no money. So that's really what it is I don't think it's a matter of being scared. I just think it's a matter of I'm not going to get exposed so young, you know, and lose my momentum and my wave getting to the cash cow, the Tanks, or whoever else going to bring in money. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with what he's saying because like they lose that fight, they losing millions. If they win, okay, they get millions, but guess what? You lose the fight, you done lost millions. You're not gonna get the same kind of fight again if you lose to Shakur. So I feel like Fassi said like they lose that O and they lose their money, so they have too much to lose on that.
Ricky,
I kind of agree with they're saying, but they gotta learn to commit. Somebody gotta learn to commit some sacrifices because these are things that need to happen. Go ahead, and if you confident enough, I feel like the boxing mentality, they you know highly confident in their skills. Get in there and go ahead and fight Shakur. If you're gonna beat him, then that's gonna damage his career and put you up even further. There's no L for you in that situation. Sometimes you gotta take the lower pot to get ahead. And I think for boxing's sake, for him to get a fight, that needs to be done. And then honestly, I think he needs to do that himself. Honestly, if you really want to get out there and he's really just good and he's really, he already made a name for himself, he need to go ahead and start getting these big names and take the little pot and get out there. Because I can't see it messing with I can't see it if he take an L and it messes up his career versus like a Frank Martin take the L. That really would damage his career more than Shakur taking an L from anybody. You get what I'm saying? So I think Shakur needed to just, stop thinking so much ahead of himself. You know what I'm saying? And take his talent and really show it and win. You know what I'm saying? And take the lower pot once. Just once. He ain't gotta do it every fight. He just need it one time for real. Just one time, a mega fight, take the lower pot, get it going.
Well, somebody told me, man, that Shakur was over there. I heard this audio drop from like him talking to his management team.
How come he don't want me, man?
He's just talking about the big fight, man. For some reason, he just can't get the big fight. And technically, Ricky, I see what you're saying as far as like he needs to just take the small pot, but there's also people in his ear. When you look at a boxer like him who's around the Crawfords and you see the environment that you're around and you see the names that everyone's putting you up there with, Haney, Tank, and all these guys are on pay-per-view and they getting the money. Meanwhile, like Fast Cam said, I look at a Shakur Stevens fight, it's on ESPN, not even Plus sometimes. It's just on ESPN on a Friday night. Okay, you fighting in Jersey and you fighting at one of the convention centers, that's cool, but your name is up there with the top tier boxers. And we know you got the caliber of like going toe-to-toe with some of these boxers. So I can kind of see him being upset and saying like, I need better names. So should he get a new promotion team? Is this fall on his promotion team? Or
yes,
absolutely.
Yes, because if it's like that, if he's going to stand 10 toes on moving like that, he has to become either entertaining or he really really pleasing to the crowd. Because think about it, Tank coming in, Tank came with a reputation. I think Tank's reputation beforehand made him who he is now. Because he was already a known, a known boxer, and he was fighting people that I would consider nobodies when he first started, pro and coming up. And he made the fights entertaining, being a knockout artist. And that revenue came around him of that, from that status. So Shakur got to find his window too. He got to come some type of entertainment to bring people out. Because for real, it's not really a lot of the boxing experts that bring the money to the table. It's the regular people who wants to be entertained. So he has to be more marketable. And you got to look at his promotion team if he want to stand 10 toes on not taking a lower pot.
Yeah, personally too, I think Shakur is entertaining, but like I said, I ain't a casual boxing fan. I think very entertaining. But if he was at PBC, they would get these fights because regardless of how and where the fight is, they split the money more. You see what I'm saying? So therefore, they're gonna get if he was there, all them dudes will be fighting, but he's not. But he's not because he got a bigger check to go with Top Rank. See, that's how they get you in. Like they got him signed up front, got the bigger check up front, and then now you're getting these fights, these lower fights that ain't meaningful or doing nothing. So he's stuck. But he went to bite first, you know what I'm saying, to get, because you think about who he, you know what I'm saying, like who he messed with and all of that, like Keyshawn, Top Rank, Bud, Top Rank. They, you know what I'm saying? So that's his crew. So they're gonna go over there and do that or whatever. But if he was at PBC, we would start seeing more. And that's the problem with these it's all the problem with boxing is the promotional companies. Little bit of the belts too, you know what I'm saying? But it's like the promotional companies that made it now, they literally said, I'm not doing business with Golden Boy. I'm not doing business with PBC. I'm not doing business with Top Rank. Like, so now you making it personal when we just try and see the fight. So yeah, I mean, I think eventually, you know, just like Bud, you're going to eventually find it's going to eat up and it's going to, you know, really hurt Shakur, and you're going to find him splitting ways with Top Rank. You know, they all do that. Look at Canelo hopping around.
Yeah.
At this point, Canelo been with every promotional team.
At this point, right?
You know? So, you know, they just gotta, you know what I'm saying? I think it's hard to fight the money. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're young like that, coming out, it's hard to say, nah, because I see what's going on. Everybody sees, they know what's going on. He knew when he signed Top Rank, he wasn't going to do nothing but fight Top Rank fighters. They knew that because he's a boxing person, but that money come calling. Now he's so it's probably going to take him 2, 3, 4 more years to really realize I still ain't getting these fights.
All right, so I'm gonna read. Ty, you got something you want to add to that?
Nah, same thing.
All right, so Tay down here, and I was going to allude to this too, and I got 2 parts to this question though. So Tay was like, with all the social media going on today, you got to market yourself. You can't just fight, not comparing them. So you can't just fight, not comparing them all. But that's what Ryan did, and that's how he got his fight. It's that entertaining side.
All right, and Tay's right.
Yes,
Tay's right. But when you become marketable as that was easy for Ryan to do, but it's not easy for a person of color to do, because then you start looking like Floyd, you start looking like Tank, you start looking like Adrian. Or see,
I'm gonna challenge that a little bit.
Yeah, but then you go and be a dude like Shane Mosley, a dude like Andre Ward. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and they ain't get no money. Those dudes, he'll become villainized. And you know what I'm saying? You got to do these certain things to really get that money. Because think about all the guys that are black that has to do that. They hate them, but the hate, brings more money because they only want to see you get knocked out. So it's like you picking. You picking, you know what I'm saying, the lane to live in and what lane you gonna go off it. If he gonna go out there and he gonna be entertaining, it ain't gonna be entertaining to do what Ryan do, because we gonna consider that goofy. Dressing up in the Flash thing, boxing, and doing the stuff Ryan do versus being entertaining and rapping and doing all the crazy stuff in the club, making rap videos, all of that stuff. You gonna start looking like you almost gonna have to, like, I don't like this expression, but like sell your soul just to do that, and it's gonna make it's just gonna make him, be a villain. And then we see what happened. Like, for me, only person that did make it out of that was Mayweather. Tyson too. Tyson, you know what I'm saying? All of these dudes that was the villain. Then you look at the guy, the straight up and down guy. Look at Andre Ward. One of the best dudes in the last, 10 years, ain't really make no money. Because he didn't bite into all of the foolery and all of the trash talk and all of the regular stuff. He was a God-fearing dude that loved his family and was always with his family. So it's like, that don't get you paid. You gotta be out here acting crazy, just to get paid. Because I promise you, although what's his name, Broner is probably down bad now, he's seen a lot of money.
He sure did.
He's seen a lot.
And that's what kept him going.
Right. Yeah.
But Rick, you said you want to challenge that?
Yeah, because if so I look at, I kind of agree, but I look at like Ryan's form of entertainment is like with Modern Time, where it's just basically him just vlogging himself and just getting other top YouTubers and stuff to come visit him, and they do a random 3-minute video type of thing, and keeping people in tune to his lifestyle. Shakur could just do something similar to that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think, like, I do get what you're saying with you're right, the villain, you know what I'm saying? The villain character is like that for most of us, right? But honestly, that gets the bulk of the money for the sport, because everybody, we need that though. For the sport itself. Yeah. And then by you being a person that people waiting to see get knocked out, that's what keeps them fights coming. So all you do is just keep, knocking out the opponent or winning the fights until the money runs out. So I would say that's needed for Shakur, but he can go about a different way of somewhat similar to Ryan and not be goofy though. You know what I'm saying? He can go similar to Ryan, just add some different entertainment. It's some different ways to entertain. Matter of fact, I put it to you like this: Ryan, some of Ryan entertainment, it has nothing to do with boxing. He can apply that same thing.
I mean,
But I don't think he went to boxing to do that. I think he went to boxing to box.
That's true. But we're in a different day and age. It's not that simple no more. It's nothing that direct to make this money no more. And then, especially since boxing had made this hell of a comeback, you know what I'm saying? He needs, I would say, it's more than just doing your press run now and just going around talking around podcasts and stuff. It's more than just doing that. Yeah. That's not doing a regular press run. It's not how you make this money anymore. You have to be excited. You have to be entertainment because everybody's being stimulated from all these different points of views of the internet and your phones and stuff nowadays. You have to compete. He has no other choice. Every professional athlete is competing with that, and from every sport. So he has no other choice but to play in that realm.
All right, so challenge back. What black boxer is doing what Ryan is doing? That ain't corny.
That ain't corny. See, what?
See?
Corny is a personal outlook. But hold on. What boxer that's doing that's not corny?
Yeah.
Where you said define corny.
Well, I mean,
nah, that's what he trying to think.
No, I know, but a lot. Okay, so that's the thing, though. This what makes it so powerful. Ain't nobody doing it.
See, but
that's what makes it powerful because if nobody's doing it and he makes it and put it into his lane, then we can see the outcome of it. But right now, we all can't think of no professional fighter that's out here vlogging as black as vlogging their lifestyle and how they do what they do and making their lifestyle more attractive to sell fights. Ain't nobody doing that. They went to the press conference to talk trash.
They just going on, and going on Gilly and Wallow and making phone calls.
But Ryan,
being cool.
Yeah, but Ryan,
we too cool. We too cool for that. We too cool. That's the thing. We get on that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. He ain't ready. I'm gonna knock this and that. Ain't nobody trying. You know what I'm saying? Let YouTubers hit them. Now, you're right, and it is a lane. But we're gonna have to find someone who is not that dude around Jay Prince and them, bro. He ain't doing no corny stuff. Nah. And I'm like, corny is relative, but they ain't gonna let him do that. Like, nah, bro. We you know what I'm saying? Like, they're not gonna let him do that. So that's what I feel. You are right.
See, hold on. That's not to cut you off, but to cut you off. See, hold on. But if you around Jay Prince and them, who's the biggest rap artist right now? Drake.
Yeah, but that
hold on though, but just hear me out right quick. Hear me out. Drake do the same. Drake almost do similar things to where he like clown himself with memes and all that. Everybody, we know Drake is not from the streets, but we know he has the backing, right?
That's it. That's why I say it's not the same. It's because like when you're a fighter, you're deemed this gladiator. Mm-hmm. Drake, no one even respects Drake as a rapper. You see what I'm saying? So therefore, it's like Drake is like the other. He can do all that. He can sing. He can do that. Meek Mill couldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Lil Baby couldn't do that. You see what I'm saying? So that's why it's like it's a little different. He is tied to them, but they realize he making that money. He can do whatever it is he want to do. Shakur, he can do that. I would rather him do what Ricky's saying rather than become this thug villain. You know what I'm saying? And do that and crash and burn. You know what I'm saying? Got to go to jail 3 times. Ain't never been to jail. You got to go to jail 3 times now.
Hey, I got a similar real quick.
This gonna be good. Go ahead.
Your boy Mayweather, his gym.
That's after the fact. That's after he made the money, and now the machine.
But it's a blueprint though.
Yeah. No, yeah, but like that's Mayweather paid the cost. He paid the cost, bro. True. Like he totally changed who he was after he beat De La Hoya. He paid the cost, so it's like you're right. You know what I'm saying in that sense, but people don't respect enough that Mayweather ducked his head down, knocked off who he had to knock off, and then start acting crazy.
See, hold on, Joe. I know you're gonna have to clip this up, but this is good. But think about it like this though, because the mindset of the kids now is kind of shifting, right?
Yeah.
So when most of these ex-drug dealers or just ex-rappers who come back home and they doing these interviews with Gilly, Wallow, like on Breakfast Club, the first thing they say is, you can smile if you a thug, bro. Like the most treacherous people are the funniest ones because they like, bro, I know what I'm capable of, right? So technically, he could go that route. if that's him though. We not speaking like if that's him, then he needs to do that because he will become more appeasing. He's 26 years old. You know what outside of I can't say what 26-year-olds are doing now because they on a whole nother spectrum. But you also got to think about not the 26-year-olds that are outside every day. Think about the 26-year-olds that are on YouTube right now watching Kai. And look what him and Offset just did. They in there just acting the fool on streams. So he can do something similar to that. He don't have to be this tough bravado type of guy. Because when you see him, you see a big smile and dimples. Like the ladies gonna love that off rip. They're like, oh, look at this smile. He's so cute. That's what the ladies say. All right. So he can find a lane.
He's gonna be Shane Mosley. The pretty boy, nice smile that's going to be clean cut, and that's it. And then he's never going to reach villain status, and so he's never really gonna. And then he'll have a villain status in the ring, so he's never going to be that dude like that. So, but it's
always got to find somebody else. In this case, this is where I would go back to the promotion team to be like, all right, so if this is what the picture of him is, the clean cut, then you gotta go do what wrestling did. We gotta go find you a heel. We gotta go find that person that everybody want to see get knocked out, and then y'all two need to collide. And then once you go out there, and if you beat them, hopefully you beat them, then you'll take that next step up.
It ain't gonna be with Top Rank. That's what we can come to the conclusion that. That's the more of the story, honestly. Is this not because Top Rank? If you look at it, in a sense, it's basically identical to Crawford. Yeah. Not getting the looks that he want and that he deserves. It's definitely identical to Crawford.
And if he stay long, it's gonna take him that long to get. Crawford's getting his recognition now,
that's why he upset. That's really why he upset. That's probably why he beat that boy like that.
Yeah, he got no other choice.
And tell you right, everybody can't be Tank. I mean, technically, Tank got in at the right time. Like it was towards AB's downfall, and everybody was looking for that next Floyd, and he was knocking Bammers out. So he was bringing the knockouts back, and he made it popular to knock people out. If you look at Shakur, he bring back the technical side that Floyd was doing. Like he's more crafty in the ring.
Yeah. But even hearing Tank talk, you know what I'm saying? It's just like it screams what everybody wants from a black dude.
But hold
on, let me ask you this question.
That's right.
Do you think Tank has the villain thing?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's Tyson.
I don't see Tank as the villain though.
I don't, but you can see it though. Think of the Ryan fight. Think of Ryan fight. Think of the Ryan Garcia fight. A lot of people just wanted to see Tank lose. They knew that if Tank hit him, he was going to lose. But everybody was like, Ryan has the speed to beat him, so we're gonna make sure we see him lose.
I'm gonna tell you this: I want to say it's a little bit different because it's more of us that wants to see Tank win more than anything, versus the other villains. You would like. I ain't gonna lie. I was against Mayweather. I was like, dang, I'm waiting for somebody to go ahead and punish him. Or you remember a lot of people was against Tyson, but I want to say Tank get a lot more support than anything now. I can't really see him in a villain status.
But that flows to more so what I think what Fast Cam was saying, and I'll let you speak for yourself on that one. Is for he speak our language, like he talked that Twitter talk, like how we talking in Twitter in our group chats. That's how Tank talking, and you clearly see that's why I think Calvin the best trainer because the way Calvin comes in, like, look, we gonna put a hurting on you. I ain't got nothing else to say about it.
I don't know about that, but think about the fight he had in the city. And think about what the fight that went on, and the ruckus that happened outside the ring. That was because the folks in our city, you know what I'm saying, wasn't supporting that. So I don't know if enough. When you say enough for us, like is it us? Is the all black or what? What you saying is for? But I think he has the haters too. People want to see him get knocked out too. You know what I'm saying? It's debatable who, how many or whatever. I know a lot of people raised Ryan because they wanted to see him get popped by these dudes who wasn't even proven. When we know a real threat is Shakur to him. That's the only real threat to him right now.
He's gonna kill Haney.
I don't believe Tank will lose unless he fights Shakur until he gets to 147, and then that size gets him. And the size, what I mean is just like, Tank's a small dude, So just that size of that 47 dudes, I don't think he loses at all unless he fights Shakur, and I don't believe he will fight Shakur. So it just is what it is. I mean, Tank's definitely. I mean, Tank. Look, he didn't win the jail, got mug shots. He's embraced. Like I saw Tate say, he don't really embrace. I think he do, because you going to jail for petty stuff just to say he never been to jail before. Until that, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. I think he like embrace. He might not be fully pulling it out, but I feel like you embracing it if you are a millionaire going to jail.
So hold on,
Ricky,
Ricky. I'm gonna let you get your point off, and then we're gonna go to a commercial break because my producer gonna kill me. I'm like, man, you had a 30-minute segment, so yeah, it was good. It's gold. I don't want to stop it, but go ahead.
No, I'll just real quick. I was going to say he's not embracing it because his personal life is not used to sell the fights. You get what I'm saying? That I get what you're saying, but more so you were saying more so the personal side. But when he comes to them conferences, when he do the talk, his interviews, everything is like straight and narrow. Nothing dealing with them personal petty stuff that be going on. So that's why I'm saying it doesn't, like, on camera. When it's time to sell himself, that's not being sold. He's not selling himself as a villain. He's always coming over humble, like a humble fighter, ready to get in the ring and make history.
I could say something about that, but we're gonna go to a commercial break. We're gonna put that on a bulletin board, man. That's definitely hey Shakur. We hopefully you get out away from that promotion team. But let's go to commercial break, man. We're gonna be right back, man. Make sure y'all click that link in the description.
Yo, my name is Lambo Anlo.
This is Dimitri.
This is Ed Hahn.
My name is Daryl Julian, and this is
Refuse to Lose Sports.
Refuse to Lose Sports.
Refuse to Lose Sports.
Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we live in different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me, keep on running toes, they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Apply myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Apply myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm ready to win, yeah. Refuse.
Ho.
Man, not back. We gonna do this till my man show back up, man. Welcome back, man. For those who are still here with us, man. That last topic, I didn't think we were gonna get that too in depth, man. I thought we were gonna get straight to the point and say, "Hey, man, this promotion team is trash." But we back at it, so now we gotta talk about that main event, man. So again, if you're here watching right now, make sure y'all hit that like button. If you're on Twitter, make sure you retweet it. Repost it. I'm sorry, I gotta learn the new lingo with X. Repost it, quote it with a repost so you can share it with somebody else. If you're on Facebook, hit that share button and that like button or the heart button, so that way we can get these numbers up, man. We working over here. Hold on, my man. Okay, he back. So we can bring Ty back up before we get to, he not. So when he get back, we're gonna add Ty, but we gotta talk about this fight, man. We got Canelo versus Charlo. So the first thing I noticed with Canelo is that whatever Rosetta Stone he's using, I need it so that way I can brush up on my Spanish because his English got 10 times better. We've seen it in some of the Showtime All Accesses where they did the callback to 2012 when he was just learning how to say hamburger. So now he might be putting a hurting on Charlo because I'm not really feeling the way he coming off right now, and I ain't the best fan of Derek James. He let me down. So off rip, we gotta ask who you got winning, why. And if you say how, even if you want to give a how, because y'all right now, the boxing MVPs, y'all every time y'all say something that happened just like that. If it's not Ricky, it's you, Fast Camp. If it's not you, Fast Camp, it's Ricky. So I'm gonna bring Ty, but I'm gonna start with you, Fast Camp, man. Who you got winning and why?
So fortunately, I think this will be another Canelo night. It's just gonna happen like it happens. He probably will end up getting late. I think Charlo is going to come in fighting the wrong plan. And unfortunately, I'm seeing all the people tell him to do the wrong thing. I'm hearing people tell him fight like Bivol. But there's a problem with fighting like Bivol because it's like when you look at that fight that Canelo had with Bivol, it's like Canelo couldn't get around the guard. Charlo doesn't have that guard. Also, too, Charlo doesn't have the power in his jab to fend off. But the most important part is it was Bivol's defense. Charlo doesn't have that type of defense. I think if Charlo adapted a different style, fast camp style, that he could actually beat him. I think he makes that. I think he should make that Hagler Hearns from Bell One and go at him rather than because I don't think that he has the power, but the way that it seems like he's gonna try to go after it, try to box him. You can't box Canelo. Everyone's not Mayweather, so you can't really box him. You know the way that you think you're gonna box him. All right, stick behind the jab. No, I think you need to bring the fight to him early, often, fast. You need to have trained for going 3 minutes of every round and get him early and really try to knock him out early or whatever. But I don't think he'll do that. I think he'll try to box Canelo. Canelo's going to walk him down. Eventually, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pick 9th round.
Knockout or TKO?
I think it's a stoppage rather than he going to knock him out. I think he's going to stop him. I think, you know, Derrick James' team looking bloody over there. So I think it's going to be like one of those fights where Charlo is looking probably beat up the most he's ever been beat up, just kind of like Earl Spence was. I think it was just a shock to see Spence that way. I think we've seen Charlo look a little beat up, but not the way that I think is going to happen with Canelo because he's going to choose the wrong way to fight him.
Okay. Ty?
I got Canelo, but the reason I got Canelo is Charlo, he's been in the light middleweight for like I don't know how long, but he's been like the bigger man in that. And now he's going up to 168. He's still gonna be like a bigger man, but when he was in 154, he was taking punches because he knew he was a bigger man. So that was the type of fight he fought. He was like take punches because he's a bigger man, so he can take the punches. But now he's fighting against Canelo, who's the bigger man at 168 right now, who's the better fighter than he ever fought, who has more power than he ever had fought against. So I think he's gonna try to do the little jab thing, like said, like Bivol fight gonna try to do that. I think he'll get knocked out because eventually Canelo's gonna get in there. He's gonna go duck under that jab. He's gonna hit him with a right hook, and then boom, lights out, 9th round. I think saying. I think what Fast Champ is saying. I think he should attack like that because if he attack like that, he's gonna get knocked out easier. I think he should probably stay back and jab. I think he should do that, like try to fight from further away because he has the longer reach. So if he gets too close up to Canelo, he's gonna get knocked out probably 2nd, 3rd round. But if he stays away, he can at least last to the 9th, 10th round. But to me, like I said, I think Canelo gonna win. I think they should name this fight the end game because call himself the Iron Man, and I think the Iron Man gonna be done after this fight.
That's why that's your name?
Yeah.
All right. Makes sense. Okay, Ricky.
Yeah, of course I'm going with Canelo. You know, that's one of my top fighters. I think top of the temple, knockout 4th. I don't got 9 rounds though, probably 4th because I'm just saying mine because Charlo don't have the defense to compete. Like he gonna be taking a lot of hits, and only person I know who could take a lot of hits from Canelo like that was Triple G that I've seen. So I can't see him going the distance. I can't see him go the distance 9 rounds. I'm cutting him at 4. I'm cutting him at 4 unless Canelo want to make this an entertaining night. I'm cutting him at 4.
Man, that's funny because Tay said, Tay said he see the frustration and will settle in by round 5, and same thing, basically agreeing with you, Ricky, about the defense. Go ahead, Fast Hand.
Yeah, the defense, and so that's what I'm trying to say is that we know Canelo starts slow, and I think you force him. That's what I'm saying. that's the only bet. Like, I mean, if you go back and look at Hagler Hearns, like that round one, Hagler came across that joint swinging with a big punch, and I think by the fourth punch thrown, Hearns ended up getting caught, and then they were both getting caught in that first round. That's what I'm saying. Like, everyone agrees that the longer the fight goes, the more it's just raising the stock for Canelo to win, and also too by stoppage and knockout. That's what I'm saying. Like, his only chance for me is to catch him and bring the pressure early. We know Canelo doesn't fight all 3 minutes, and we know he starts slow, so it's like you got to jump on him. But like when you're saying, jab and stay, that's only prolonging the inevitable, because if he sits there and try to jab him, you're just gonna get walked down. You eventually gonna get walked down. You giving him just more opportunity to walk you down, save energy. You're gonna do the jab, and the jab, what's the jab gonna do? The Bivol jab didn't even hurt him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I mean, I get it, and that's the safe way. Go ahead and out there and try to box Canelo, but it's like that ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work. Now, so that's what my plan is. Like, the best plan to do something. If you're gonna get knocked out on the fourth, or you're gonna knock him out, but we know that if that thing go past 6 rounds, you're done. That's just the way I see it. But go ahead.
Fast Camp. One thing about your way though that I can't see happen. Charlo's too prone to mistakes.
He is
too much prone to mistakes, and what Canelo capitalizes on those mistakes every time. And I can see that overhand. I can see that over. It will happen early because he be making drastic mistakes. I can see Harrison fight in my head right now.
Yep, he's swinging all wild.
You get what I'm saying? I can see Harrison fight vividly in my head right now. 1 and 2.
At 50, at Canelo at 54, how many dudes that we knew Canelo was going to beat had success on him early? Think about it. Like, think about the fight. Think about the Amir Khan fight.
You gotta give me a okay.
Think about Amir Khan was winning until he slowed down. Amir Khan fought the perfect fight. I challenge you guys to go back and watch that. The first 4 rounds, he was sticking, he was moving, and them punches was too fast. Then he slowed down because he almost did a Zabju to Costa Zoo. He slowed down and we're like, oh, okay. He can't touch me. And then he planted, and then that's when he got knocked out. But if you bring that pace to Canelo, that disrupts him. Go back and watch that. We talk about it in the chat, so we talk about it coming back. Go back and watch that Amir Khan fight, and then go back and watch a lot of the fights where like we knew he was gonna lose. Who's that? Josecito Lopez. When he fought Josecito Lopez early, he was getting caught, getting tagged. Now you go and you put the best thing Charlo has is his power. It's not his jab. You know what I'm saying? He knocks people out. So you go force that action because you know what I'm saying, the longer the fight goes on, you're gonna lose. You know what I'm saying? Either he's gonna retreat, you know what I'm saying, and just try to get a decision, or he's gonna get knocked out. So I'm saying, I get what you're saying. Like, it's an uphill battle, but I think that his best chance at beating him is that, because his best chance at beating him is not boxing him or jabbing him. We'll all agree that if he boxes and jab, it's Canelo in the ninth. It's Canelo in the ninth. So it's like, so now what do you do? Knowing that stack, what do? You go for the kill. You go for the kill early.
But I don't think
I would do.
How we're gonna translate though?
Huh?
Yeah, I don't think it's power going to translate. That's why
that's his only option. Because
that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, his only option is the power. We don't think he can outbox him, right?
Nah.
Only option is so. How does if the cards stacked up right? How can Charlo beat him? Not by boxing. Take that off the table. What's left?
Run out the ring.
Man,
Ty. Ty.
Hey, look,
Ty.
But it's boxing. Everybody can get caught.
Yeah, but going off of how you saying it, and just you know what? If you would have never said the 2 names, and you just talking about the style in which this fight is being presented, I'm hearing Spence Crawford.
It basically is in the way.
I'm hearing that because you saying like if he go out there and he don't attack early, let's say he do hit Canelo with his strongest punch, and Canelo look at it like how Crawford did Spence. It's
you
gonna be
keep
this.
doing it. But that's not the same though, because Crawford never really touched. Spence never really touched him early. I'm saying bring the fight. Go back and watch Hagler Hearns. Bring that fight.
All right, listen, but
he
he's
touched
not
him, but
Hagler.
he like flagged it. No, hold on.
Right.
Spence touched him, but it didn't hurt. That's why
I
it
don't
didn't
recall
look
him
like he
hitting him
touched him.
flush early. The flushiest punch I saw him hit was the one where he hit him flush, and then Crawford came back with the uppercut and knocked him down. That's the only real
that's
flush.
2 or 3.
Yeah, that was second round. That was second round.
Yeah, second round. Yeah.
So
that was that sound like the same thing.
But no, I'm talking about when Crawford did it.
No, but I'm talking about if let's say Charlo go out there and he hit Canelo with one of those in this early second round, and Canelo's like, "Oh, that's all you got."
No, do it the first, the second, and the third. Because like I'm saying, I get
going to sleep in third. Then
it doesn't. It's not the best thing for him. But all right. So for y'all to understand what I'm saying is that then what's his option?
All right,
run out the ring.
I know you think he's trolling, but yeah, he just gotta leave at that point.
I got his best option. He got to go to boxing, even though we say he can't do the boxing to win, but that's his best bet to create opportunity to go further rounds. And then honestly, be said, the only way he gonna beat this man is by points.
Well, no one believes he'll beat him by points, or
because he's not a point man.
Right, you see what I'm saying? And he'll lose the points because the Tony Harrison fight.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? He'll lose the point. He's not that type of. He really a boxer puncher. He's not a boxer. He's not Caleb Plant. You know what I'm saying?
No.
So Caleb Plant is a better boxer, but when you box, you fuel him for hitting me with that little jab stuff. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, watch Canelo Khan and watch Hagler Hearns, and so you can understand what I'm saying is that it's a shot in the dark.
I understand what you're saying, but
he's still advanced. He's still like at more advanced than that though, than them fights that you called out right now though. He's way advanced than that.
Yeah, he's advanced, but like I said, I'm looking at the only option as a coach. I'm looking at the only option that you have. You're gonna sit up in here and you're gonna walk to your tune in the 9th round, or you're gonna sit up in here and get knocked out, or you're gonna sit up in here and have a play, or we just here for the check or whatever. And that's what I'm saying. Go bring the fight to this dude. If you're gonna get knocked out in the 9th, you might as well get knocked out in the 4th.
All right, there we go. I said now you got me. Now you got me.
You know what I'm saying? Like, go do it then. Go do it. Like, go get to it or whatever. But at least you're gonna go out swinging. You're gonna go out on your shield. You know what I'm saying, your shield or whatever. But it's like that's really what I'm saying. It's no option. It's like it's fighting fire with firepower with Canelo. You're gonna lose. But what happens if you throw him early and often and you get him cold? Like everyone thought Ryan would do. Hey, let Ryan throw that quick 1, 2, 3 early, he might get him. So it's like, but he you know what I'm saying, he really didn't implement it fully. He tried to, you know what I'm saying, box with her. That's all that I'm saying is that, like, bring the fight to him early. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. If you're gonna get knocked out in the 9th, you're gonna get knocked out in the 4th. So be about your business. The check don't change.
Yeah.
It is.
No, the only thing that's going to change is them comments. That's the only thing.
And it's best to take that L from somebody that's at the top.
Right.
So his career is still good, regardless how it goes.
Yeah. And he can go back to his class and fight Zoo and still be still the, you know.
We get that Crawford going. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. He can. You were speaking from a coach's perspective. Derek James can't take no L. He can't take another one.
Yeah,
because people already looking at him funny. And
you see what's in his corner, right? Guzman. That's why I don't like it. Because Guzman is going to teach him how to box. That's why I don't like it.
Because you say, so now Derek James got a little excuse.
He might say, you know what? Depending on how this fight, he might say, you know what? I'm going with Guzman.
I mean, going off of the, casual fan wise, going off of the all access, I think Guzman's the better trainer. It's just a language barrier there. They got more chemistry versus what him and Derek James got. It seemed like he was just getting Derek James because he won Trainer of the Year, and he was just trying to go run under that limelight with Spence. And now it's looking like you might be the best fighter that he got right now. I mean, we'll see what Garcia got when he bounced back, but so how this fight goes, like that'll be cool for Charlo, but Derek James, if that fight get ugly and he get knocked out in the fourth, and it looks like what I was just talking about, how a Spence fight went, people gonna be like, bro, you really ain't. They was already questioning him after the Spence, so they really gonna be like, all right, this is 2 fights. Trainer of the year, really?
Have y'all ever seen a fight? Y'all seen this fight on YouTube?
Who?
Derek James? Yeah.
Nah.
I seen one fight and it looked identical to how he trained his fighters.
And even just the setup, he was training Charlo in the middle of him getting Spence ready. It's like, see, the focus is not even there. Like, this is one of the biggest fights in Spence's career, yet you took time in between the breaks to train somebody else.
That's how the downfall happens. It's like, oh, you ain't got time now. That, you know, so many fighters lose that, and they lose their bread and butter, their number ones. You can go back and see it. Like, you know, because think about, he not only is he training a lot of contenders, he's training like high profile. He's training high profile heavyweight. He's training a high profile social media fighter. He's training Spence. He's trained so that involves pay-per-view stuff. Like he pay-per-view stacked.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, I can see that. Then now you coming off a loss. We don't know what Spence is doing. Is he leaving or not? We heard the rumblings or whatever. We don't know. You take Charlo, unstable dude like Charlo, take a loss, a bad loss, and you make decisions quick. Oh no, you realize, dang, like I was fighting, you know what I'm saying, or I was training, like you said, with in Spence's camp and this, and Guzman was here more than this, because you not only was it Spence's camp, but then remember Joshua fought shortly after.
And Frank. Frank fought right before.
Yeah.
How you doing that? You see what I'm saying? When it was 2, at first he was just sharing the time, it was 2, then I'm sure they had stable, you know what I'm saying, some up and coming dudes or whatever, but it was just 2 of them. It has to be different now.
Yeah.
He needs a bigger staff. That's what he needs. He needs to start getting bigger staff if he's gonna be rumbling.
And I told y'all about the Frank Martin fight. I looked at the Frank Martin fight and I was like, I know I picked Spence, but after I watched that fight, I was like, man, he might lose. Because again, that's the trainer. Like the preparation was there, and I was like, if he's under Spence and he looking this bad, what's Spence gonna do? Because that's how you got to look at it. I know it sucks that some people be like, nah, you can't say that, but technically you can, because people don't change. Your tendencies don't change.
Yeah.
Like how you train boxers is how you gonna train this fighter, is how you gonna train that fighter, and how you gonna train the next fighter.
No different.
Because that's what you know. Styles. He coming in there with a particular style. So if you want a different style, you got to go.
Well, look, it happens Saturday. Make sure y'all buy y'all pay-per-views. I don't work for Showtime, so I'm not giving y'all no more promotion. Just know y'all can bet where y'all need to bet. I'm glad these guys came up here and gave their point of view. Oh, okay. POV. There we go. I wanted to say PPV. I was trying to figure another P for that, but never mind. That failed. Anyway, guys, we're going to get into these last words, man. First things first, I want to say I appreciate y'all for actually coming on here. Y'all always be ready. Again, y'all in the boxing chat, so the boxing chats are always turned up. If you don't know what chat that is, go back to the commercial break. They're all on Instagram, but you got to be a member to actually join these chats. So I just want to say again, thank y'all for coming on here, and we're going to start with these last words, and I'm going to start with you, Ty.
First, thanks for having me. My last words, watch the fight on Saturday. It's like he don't attacks like what Caller said, he gonna get knocked out third round. If he boxes, get knocked out ninth round. Other than that, Mayweather not better than Muhammad Ali. That's my last word.
I knew you were gonna say that. Fast Camp.
All right. First of all, shout out to the intro. I saw us on the intro. That's pretty dope. Like, it surprised me. I like that intro. Shout out to Ty. Shout out to Ricky. You know what I'm saying? Fight Saturday is gonna be a good one as long as it lasts. Shout out to Refuse to Lose. Mayweather the best of all time. They said that, I don't know, he said something about Tank, but nah. Shakur beats Tank every day. You know what I'm saying? Other week, twice on Sunday. So
Your man taking all the shots.
You got to clip that one up too.
Ricky.
Oh yeah, shout out Refuse to Lose. One shout out to my brother Mo Payne. He got a fight coming up this weekend. And that's about it.
Man, I tell you, man, these boxing episodes is just like, man, when you got the panel up there, y'all know the press conferences, and you try and get one of those boxers that's locked in to say something. They was like, Canelo was like, I'm not a lion, but I'm whatever animal you need me to be. He said, you can beat a lion. I was like, okay, that's what's up. And that's exactly what this Refuse to Lose panel is, man. If you think you a lion, we the animal that could beat the lion. Don't know what it is, but if you can find it, let us know. Maybe a pack of hyenas. They can jump them. But this Refuse to Lose, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. I know we got one more right here. And yeah, he said Shakur won that. We're going to take that to the chat. We're going to take that to the chat. We out. Peace.
Holla.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button, no matter what you're listening to or watching it. Hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.